Hi guys, and welcome to the Family Fudge. Today I have a highly requested video for you. Today I'm sharing 3 kid-friendly Christmas-themed breakfasts. First up, I'm going to be sharing my easy recipe for a cherry cheesecake Danish. And of course it's super cute because it's in the shape of a Christmas tree. Now this is definitely not your traditional Danish by any means, but that's okay because it tastes really great. After that, I'm going to be sharing a little bit of a healthier option. I'm going to be making a fruit platter with some yogurt parfaits, perfect for sharing with the whole family. And lastly, I'm going to be sharing a twist on an old classic. You know, the old scrambled eggs and toast breakfast? Well, I'm doing that with a Christmas twist. These are all easy and I can't wait to share them with you, so stay tuned. Okay guys, now before we get started, make sure to hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a big thumbs up if you like Christmas themed foods, because I know I do. Now let's get started. First up, I'm going to be making the cherry cheesecake Danish. It looks really fancy, but it's super easy and quick to throw together. You're going to need 2 cans of crescent dough. You're also going to need some cherry pie filling, about 3/4 of a block of room temperature cream cheese. You're also going to need some sliced almonds, a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar. Now this last part is optional, but I really like to add some almond extract to this dish. I love the combination of almonds and cherries. It is so good. You're going to start by opening your cans of crescent dough. We're actually going to keep it in its roll and cut it up. Each container of crescent dough is going to get about 8 pieces. And you're going to want to cut this carefully without squishing it. I like to use a very sharp knife and go back and forth in a sawing motion very carefully. Next, you're going to arrange these on top of a prepared pan. I like to use a cookie sheet lined with a little bit of parchment paper just so it doesn't stick. And at this point, I'm also going to preheat my oven at 350 degrees. Then you're going to take one of the pieces of dough, flatten it out to create your star shape and the trunk of your Christmas tree. You can shape these by hand or use a cookie cutter if you have one. Now I'm going to set this aside and get started on my cream cheese filling. I'm going to use my hand mixer to mix up my cream cheese just a bit. Then I'm going to add my granulated sugar and my almond extract. Now I like to use about a 1/4 teaspoon, but you can use whatever you prefer. Once that is nice and combined, I'm going to set that aside. Now back to our dough. I'm going to take my fingers and create a little well in the center of each of my rounds. We're going to make some room for the yummy cream cheese and the cherry, because in my book, the more filling, the better. Next, I'm going to spoon a little bit of our cream cheese mixture into the center of our dough, and then I'm going to top that with one of our cherries. And now it's time to get this in the oven. Mine was done in about 10 minutes, but I watched it very closely because it's not going to taste good if it's burnt. Once out of the oven, you can go ahead and mix up your glaze. I like to take powdered sugar with a little bit of water and just whisk it up. Now if you have any of your cream cheese filling left over, you can definitely add this into your glaze as well. That will make it even better. Next, I'm going to drizzle my glaze all over my Danishes and then top it with my sliced almonds. Now you can serve this warm or cold or even the next day. I like to serve this with a tall glass of milk. So next up, we have our healthier option, a beautiful fruit platter with some yogurt parfaits on the side. For this, you're going to need a lot of kiwis, and it really just depends on how many people you're trying to serve. For my size family, I needed about 6 kiwis. After the kiwis, you can really use any fruit that you prefer. I really like raspberries because they look like little ornaments on my tree, and I also like to use pineapple for the star and for other places around my tree. For the yogurt parfaits, I'm going to use some strawberries, some vanilla yogurt, and I have some special toppings. I'm going to be topping this with some gingerbread cookies and a really fun Christmas tree sprinkle. Starting with the fruit platter, I'm going to go ahead and get all of my kiwis peeled and sliced. And of course, you're going to want to arrange these in a Christmas tree shape. So now you just add your other fruits, and there you have it. Now for the yogurt parfaits, I'm going to start by slicing up my strawberries and getting them into the bottom of my cups. I like to use a short, clear cup for my parfaits. That way you can see all of the yummy layers. After my strawberries, I'm going to add a layer of vanilla yogurt. You can really use any yogurt you prefer, but I like the classic vanilla here. It goes really well with my topping. I'm going to take some of these Belvita gingerbread breakfast cookies and crush them up. These breakfast cookies go really well with yogurt because they're not too sharp on the ginger flavor, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to add this on top of my yogurt, and then this part is optional, but I like to add a little Christmas tree sprinkle on top. It just makes it really fun and cute. I know the kids will love it. And there you have it, a healthier option for Christmas breakfast. Last up, I have one of the easiest ways to make a Christmas themed breakfast. You just need a few ingredients, and it's really not even a recipe, it's more of a technique. All you're going to need are some eggs, some bread, a splash of milk, some salt and pepper, and some butter. Now for these ingredients, it really just depends on how many people you're trying to serve. So you could definitely double or triple this if you need to. Now to make this Christmas themed, I'm going to use some cookie cutters. I found this set at Walmart and it was under $3. It came with a large Christmas tree and a smaller Christmas tree, and I'm going to use both. First, I'm going to use the larger size, and then I'm going to use the smaller size in the center. Now just as a side note, you guys, I always like to save the outside of the bread for other recipes. You could make breadcrumbs for stuffing or put it in French toast, things like that. Next, I'm going to prepare my eggs. I'm just going to crack them into a bowl, add a little bit of milk, some salt and pepper, and whisk them up. Next, in my large skillet over medium heat, I'm going to go ahead and add a pat of butter and spread that all around. I'm going to add all of my pieces of bread. Then I'm going to very carefully add my scrambled egg mixture into the centers of my bread. I'm going to cook this for about 1 minute and then flip it over. It's really just that fast. Now along with this, I also like to toast the little Christmas tree pieces. And to tell you the truth, those parts are probably my favorite.